I found this to be a good spot to pick up an authentic Wuyuan souvenir. Well, I'm going to be a bit subjective and admit that this part was the most entertaining of the day. The Picasso of Wuyuan County, as I like to think of him, is impressive to say the least. I'm rubbish at painting, so maybe I'm an easier target to fall under his spell, but the pace and dexterity with which he paints is truly remarkable. Umbrellas like the one he is painting on will cost around 100 RMB. The paper is covered in waterproof oil after the painting, and you can even order your own pattern at the factory. These umbrellas are available throughout Wuyuan, but I recommend coming down to Jialu for the experience, as well as a chance to pick up an umbrella at a discount. That took just under 7 minutes, and look how intricate it is. But I think that's about enough of me for the moment. Bye. Jialu is on the west side of Wuyuan County and takes just over an hour from the main town of Wuyuan. But as you've probably guessed, this entire area is governed by umbrellas. In every nook and cranny, there is something going on that is associated with making these. Well, I'm here in the attic of the umbrella factory manager's family home, and you'll never guess what they do here. That's right, they're making umbrellas, of course. Meet Mr. Dai's family. Hard at work, efficient, professional, and you'll see extremely fast. The more famous umbrellas are made of paper, but these ones are silk and therefore printed. It doesn't mean they are cheaper though. Things these would be good for using when it's raining, whereas the painted ones would probably be more for decorative purposes. You know when you spent too much time around umbrellas is when you're hoping for rain. I better get out of here. Next stop, Wangkou, another fine example of a laid-back rural lifestyle. The tempo is slow, and some of the methods are slightly archaic, but that's part and parcel of the charm you'll intrinsically find within Wuyuan County. Yushe Zhongse is a place steeped in history, where intricate wood carvings are housed beside what I'm told are the Yu's family mottos and historical annotations which are reminders of the family's history. The annotations serve the dual purpose of encouraging future generations and revering past accomplishments. I don't understand any of them, but I can appreciate the beauty, especially the wooden carvings, which are constructed in several layers, making them seem almost alive. We're here in Wuyuan Village, and for the last 30 minutes, a tour guide has tried to explain the function of this building I'm in. I have no idea what the English term is for this, and I've actually tried to come up with my own, which is Village Prayer Worship Hall, Meeting Hall. Village Prayer Worship Meeting Hall. Don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. Sorry guys. Village Prayer Worship Meeting Hall. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it? This place was built by and for the Wuyuan Village people who were all part of the same extended family. And they would come here to pray to and to worship their ancestors, such as these two people behind, their great-grandparents, their great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, 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 and so forth. This building is almost 300 years old, and I've been told that it has never ever been refurbished. But on top of that, the strange thing is it's never ever, they don't pay anybody to come here and clean the ceilings. Yet, you look up, you won't find any bird's nests, any bees' nests, or any sort of local fauna. Very strange.
Right, in hindsight, I could have simply said ancestral hall, though I'm still not sure of all of its functions. With so much natural and traditional beauty surrounding Wuyuan, it's no surprise that a lot of the villages are a magnet for photographers and painters. We arrived in the small village of Shao Qi, which is actually busier than anything we've encountered previously. This is due to the intriguing juxtaposition of man-made structures and nature, where the Chinese respect for feng shui is evident.
Now, the Chinese believe that water signifies money, hence why they build these water gates behind to keep the water for as long as possible around a village. Now, the water will come from the mountains all the way down through the village and come to a rest here behind me, perfectly still, as you can see, therefore signifying that the money stays in and around the village for as long as it can. Now, I don't have any artistic skills, or certainly I can't paint, but if I could, I think I'd just spend my afternoons here relaxing, listening to the soothing sounds of the water behind, and just painting.
Don't be too worried about the seemingly endless number of dogs that mess around in Wuyuan. Despite the initial impression, these are not strays, but rather the village dogs. They play together and are well known in the local communities. It's great if you're a dog lover like me. The typical Huizhou architecture is everywhere to be seen. Strikingly capped with dark tiles, the white walls of Huizhou houses are regularly punctuated by windows. And these are set quite high as a way of deterring burglars. Anyway, that's the end of today's architecture class. We've got something even more important to show you. Well, certainly in my eyes. Right, here we go. We're backstage again as we take a look at a Wuyuan County kitchen.
Dinner's coming in just a second, but I think we've got about enough time to go and check out the room that I'm going to be staying in tonight, so let's go and check it out.
You're going to have to trust me on this one, but the smells coming from this eatery are simply divine. Expect to find that everything you eat during your stay in Wuyuan County will be locally produced organic food.
So, let's check out the rooms in this hotel. What do we got here? Okay, one room here, I've been told, costs 60 kwai per night. So 2 people come and stay here, that's only 30 kwai a person. Complete bargain. If we come in here, now look at this, 3 beds. The owner of the hotel has told me it's irregardless of the number of beds, it's still the same price. So if you come here in 3s, that'll cost you 20 kwai per person. That is cheap. Now, this is my room for the night. And let's check out the amenities. I haven't actually been in here properly. What do we got here? Yep, shower, toilet, water. You can shower and go to the loo at the same time. And I'm actually going to go to the loo now, so bye-bye. Well, decided to change rooms, mainly because CCTV-9 isn't actually working in that room, and also because of that.
Fresh ingredients always give dishes a better flavour. And this restaurant is without a doubt far better than some of the big restaurants we tried in the main town of Wuyuan. I reckon it's the family chefs, not the hired ones, who give you this home-cooked feel for the food. And since it's home-cooked food, You don't really need to try too hard to order. Let them delight you with their own specialties.
This is what it's all about. On top of a roof here in Shao Qi Village, a village that dates back to 787. I've just spent the night here in one of the lovely hotels, and all I can say to you is, come and check this place out for yourself.
Well, having done my fair share of quiet and quaint villages, I feel it's time to mix it up with the crowds in a more popular tourist destination. When you come to Wuyuan, make sure not to miss Econ. It's a complete tourist village with everything geared towards serving its visitors. Yes, it is packed at weekends, but there's a reason for that. You'll be pleasantly surprised by this delightfully picturesque village. It enjoys a fantastic riverside setting and is threaded by tight alleys and held together by quaint bridges.
So we're here in the village of Shao Qi, small Econ, which is literally overrun by tourists at the moment. That's no surprise when you look at places such as these that really reflect the Hui architecture of the time. Now, something that's rather interesting is the fact that a place like this would have its main entrance hall looking out onto the side of a little street, and that reflected its social status. Whereas if you look behind me, at a number 2 over there, looks out onto the main street, and that is of a government official.
The famous houses in Econ are now open for tourists. The village feels as much like a museum as it is a shopping haven for gifts. Above all, if you're looking for a beautiful photo filled with lots of people you don't know, stick to the bottom of Econ. That said, if you'd rather a spot for a good photo to show off to your friends, this can be found at the top of the hill in Econ. Just so you don't get confused, there is also a Da Econ, a big Econ, which is also worth visiting. We're here at the top of the Shao Econ, and you can snap away to your heart's delight whilst enjoying a view over the whole village.
Well, I got what I was looking for, 12 renminbi. But don't tell the person I'm going to give this to. But I'm afraid that's all we've got time for here today. I hope you've enjoyed discovering the beauty that is Wuyuan County. I'm Mark Edwards, and I'll see you soon on another episode of Travelogue.
Don't miss the next episode of Travelogue. There's still plenty to see in Wuyuan. I'll be continuing my village hopping, trying out the famous local tea, and even visiting a village where the tour guides are all aged between 5 and 14.
All the kids love me.